Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, and good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me. Funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! And he's joining me now to talk The Luckiest Man in America, in theaters tomorrow, Friday, April the 4th. The one and only Mr. Paul Walter Hauser is here this morning. Paul, how you doing, sir?
I am spoiled, Brad. Life is good, God is good, and I got a good movie out in theaters. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You know what? You consistently have a good project out there. I mean, really, you're a barometer for project selection. You should be studied because I feel like you've been on such a hell of a roll these last few years, and this one is just adding to that. How do you go about selecting these, man? What's your process? Because you do such a great job at it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I pride myself on that. I try to pick projects that I would want to pay my hard-earned money to go see in theaters or, rent on a streaming platform. And at the end of the day, you got to just be reading a lot of scripts. And sometimes you read a good script, but they're not casting the right person. Or sometimes the script isn't good, but they have an actor you really like and you want to do it. So it's just about finding that combination of things that work. And I've been lucky to have quite a diverse career, from the Richard Jewells and playing serial killers and Blackbird to, working with Disney a couple times.
Yeah, you're kind of all over the map as far as you don't know what to expect from, Paul Walter Hauser as far as what kind of character you're going to tackle. I mean, even in Black Klansman or Stingray and Cobra Kai, you're just kind of all over the map in a great way, and I think that's awesome. Now, this movie, The Luckiest Man in America, so I'm a big game show nut, and this is a movie about a guy who essentially, what did he scam? Press your luck is the way that this happened. I'm shocked that I've never heard about this before. Were you aware of this story prior to reading the script?
I was not. I wasn't privy to it. And when I found out about it, I thought it was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh. I had no idea. Apparently, they tried making this movie like 20, 30 years ago with Bill Murray. He was going to play this character. But it never got made, and it's been lying around, and somebody picked it up and brought it back to life. And I got to breathe some life into Michael Larson, who, he was a con man and kind of a grifter who figured out the algorithm and the pattern of press your luck, and he ended up walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Crazy.
It is crazy, man. It's a wild story, and when you go to, I guess you read this script and you go, okay, yeah, I'm in. I see what this is. I like this story. I like this character. Like, when it's based on a real person, as you've done before in Richard Jewell, like, do you go deep on the research and who this guy was, or do you kind of say, look, this is how the script is informing me. This is the narrative that the script is telling me about the character. I'm going to lean more into the script rather than maybe the events of the real-life guy.
Yeah, I always thought it was wiser to tell the story that's on the page. So I try not to focus on too many things that aren't pertaining to the film and the story we're telling. But I like playing real people because it's kind of there's an advantage to it, even though there's a pressure to it. And the advantage is, of course, having video footage and audio footage and being able to talk to the real people. Like, there's something really cool about that.
Yeah, and it kind of, I guess, gives you at least a read on who this guy might be, and as far as what you're going to do when you take it to the set, when you bring that character to set. Maybe it kind of can help inform you somewhat, but I guess it's still... Are you an actor who, like, you'll make a lot of notes on the script, like, hey, this is how, maybe the voice will sound, this is the way I want to do the line reading, or do you kind of figure that out on set?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the character and the project, but I usually make my notes. I usually will say, this is how I want to read this is how I want to do that. Especially with drama, you want to pre-plan. I want to pre-plan when I do drama because I don't want to wing something that needs to be true and authentic and needs to feel a certain way. Whereas comedy, I wing comedy quite a bit. That's a little more just instinctual, and it's like playing jazz versus playing in an orchestra.
Yeah, comedy is so difficult sometimes to be able to, I think, have it on the page and it go exactly as expected, right? Because and I guess it's the same in drama too, but in comedy especially, it's so much about timing and the rhythm and the chemistry of the characters, which again, I guess could apply to drama too. But I'm sure it's fun to kind of be able to go out there and feel like you can color outside the lines when it's a comedic role.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
So for this movie, The Luckiest Man in America, again, in theaters tomorrow, when people can go out and see this. This movie, again, great cast. Walter Goggins is in this. Yourself, Johnny Knoxville, a lot of great people in this movie. What was like the most fascinating part to the story for you? I mean, I know you said the script is great. It's a real life person. You like playing a real life person, but was there a particular entry point that when you read the script, you go, oh, because I've heard Matthew McConaughey talk about the launchpad line, where you look for that one line or one scene maybe in the script that informs you about that character. Were you reading through and you found that line and that was kind of the moment of inspiration to jump into it?
Yeah, not so much of that. I think that those moments can be helpful, but really I'm sort of just looking at the full picture and saying, what am I trying to accomplish here? And actually, I had a lot of help from my director, Samir Oliveros. He really held my hand throughout and kind of told me, like, it's like an onion, we're peeling this thing back and we want to be really careful about how much we kind of reveal and at what time. So it was, I didn't have so much a specific thing as I was looking at the full picture.
Well, I also want to congratulate you, Luckiest Man in America, again, in theaters tomorrow. I also want to congratulate you, recently named as the executive producer of MLW, Major League Wrestling over there. I know you've been a huge wrestling fan. You're on the Jericho Cruise. I know my cohort, Booker T, and you had quite the promo battle one time on Fox. You've been such a big part of the wrestling universe, doing a lot of stuff with AEW and Progress. Are you excited about this new role with MLW?
Yeah, man, MLW is a really great home to be at, and I've been having a lot of fun working with them. I think more than anything, I really just want to be additive to the world of wrestling, and right now we're trying to work on getting a media rights deal for MLW so that Major League Wrestling can have a home to show its programming and to show its video library. We have a crazy library of content with matches from Raven, CM Punk, Dusty Rhodes, MJF, Jacob Fatu, Terry Funk. I mean, there are some wrestling legends that have matches folks may not have even seen, and hopefully MLW gets to showcase that in the future.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu is a hell of a talent, man, and what he's doing in WWE right now is incredible. Had a great run as the MLW champion, and what Court Bauer and now yourself have been doing down there. I know Bruce Pritchard spent some time in MLW, really getting these guys and girls to the next level and getting them seen by more people. Let me ask you this, though, about wrestling. Because you understand the pageantry, the showmanship, the character of pro wrestling, what do you think is like the most I guess, the biggest misconception of the business and the sport, and how can we bring more people to the dance?
Oh man, I think people forget how to kind of have fun.
Yeah.
They take things so seriously nowadays. Things that don't need to be taken seriously, and I think wrestling is something where you're allowing yourself to get caught up in something and be a kid again. You're investing in the storylines and knowing that the matches are the payoff. The match is the third act. It's the conclusion of the story. And when you watch these pay-per-view events and stuff, be it a WrestleMania or an AEW Double or Nothing, or like this Saturday, MLW is doing a big show called Battle Riot in Long Beach, and we're showing the culmination of a lot of these stories and what these guys and gals are able to do. And what I'm doing is wrestling is incredibly hard. It's most people are hurt while working. You can't work injured, but you can always work hurt. That's what I heard a wrestler tell me once.
Yeah.
And so these people are putting it all on the line to entertain folks, and I have the utmost respect for it.
Well, we appreciate everything you're doing in the wrestling world and as well in the cinematic world. I know you got Fantastic Four coming up in the summer, but right now we're talking about The Luckiest Man in America in theaters this Friday. Paul Walter Hauser, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man. I really appreciate the conversation.
Thank you for having me, man. And you shouting out the movie to your listeners means a lot. Thank you for that.